Um, the traditional deployment, it has its own limitation. Mainly, I'll say it's a single point of failure uh, because you want to scale up or you want to add more availability, then we have to move towards additional components layers we are tied to the technology, a single technology and the service provider. Contracts are very complex in nature. Technologies what needs to be managed will be very high, and then especially if you have 24 by 5 or 24 by 7 operations, having a specialist always available to resolve the issues, that's the major problem. Whereas on the cloud, you have a tie-up, you have a visibility on what is happening, and you monitor as well as you make the service provider accountable for the availability. That is what it's a good combination, and then we can have better availability. If the company wants higher scalability or a higher availability, they can even go for the geographically spread this one implementation. So that's the, in terms of availability, that is the best thing. And in terms of the scalability, we can add any layers or of the technology very fast. So I feel that that's the biggest game changer what we have.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So actually, I want to add one more point there. Just imagine if you had taken a telco service, you bought a box on premises, and you got a telco box, and you have a service provider. Maybe you have two different service providers, right? But then imagine the kind of like in a situation you are in. You are into a situation where you are providing a critical customer support to your customers, and then there is a fiber cut or there is some digging going on, like near your office location. It doesn't matter. You have two different service providers. Like the chances are your like lines are going to be cut from both service providers at that time. And there is not much they can do, right? And things like that can happen, and even though like it could be rare, but it is not that rare based on our experiences. So on top of it, like on a cloud-based model, if you are looking at it, so we are leveraging a platform where it is used by like not by us, like a lot of other companies, and so you have a bigger commitment SLA from the telco side to fulfill. So they will also feel the pinch, and they will have all the reasons why they want to keep that line all the way up and running, and they are going to be more answerable to them, a cloud-based solution provider, because they are doing a lot of the cloud-based service provider most probably is going to be a much bigger client for the telco perspective, right? Compared to individual enterprises having on-premises solutions. So that's one example, how you could help resolve your issues quickly. Yeah, thanks, Badri. Yeah, Deepu and Smitesh, you want to add your?
Yeah. So Uthaman, I think you raised a very valid point. In terms of what you said was a variant of small drops of water make a mighty ocean, right? When they come together, the collective power of scale, right, helps you. So I think that's one. The other is if you look at it from a standard perspective, from an enterprise perspective, I think there are three buckets in which you can do the calculations. I think one is, of course, when you go to the cloud, initially you obviously do a capex calculation, right, in terms of moving from on-prem to cloud. And then you figure out how the savings come in through OpEx benefits over a period of time, over millions of transactions, right? The classic way in which you do it. And clearly, if it's not beneficial, why would firms embark on this journey? So I think that's point number one. Point number two is, I think, picking a cue from what Badri said, like, if in case you need to add, on-prem, then we need to add physical infrastructure, sometimes as a cost of business, right? Because by the time you add, you could lose out on, potential opportunities, right? Because typically what gets measured is, the act of commission. The act of omission doesn't get measured, right? So if that can get measured, right, clearly it tells you the opportunity. The third is, and that's where, the point that you made, that, a player, which has multiple entities can therefore, get better SLAs and uptime and so on and so forth. That then have soft benefits, in terms of your customer experience and NPS and so on and so forth. So I think if you put these three buckets together, I think you'll be able to get a significant value proposition going.
Value. Exactly. Yeah. Nicely put together. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. So, Sumitesh.
I'll just put it in this way: is call center your core business? If that is not there, it's better to go with a lot of startups, experiment, see what is best fit for you, and then take a call. Like we did, we were able to go up and run for one of the use cases in 3 to 7 days and do a POC and then decide the way we want to go. I'll put it in a very simple way. It is a backward calculation, as rightly mentioned by Deepu and Madhuri. Do I have the appetite to put capex? Then OPEX may be expensive. But if I am new to market and I don't have any legacy solution, then OPEX would be more way to go. Scale up and scale down. Let me give you a very practical example. Had people envisaged pandemic? No. Were the call centers who were on-prem able to scale? The answer was no. But were people on the cloud able to scale? Yes. Were security a concern? Yes. Were we able to put layers of security and first service the customer and then bring a layer of security? So putting three key aspects, what is the core of the company to do call center by itself? What is your use case? Time to market. So I would put it very clearly: time to market, cost, scalability, reliability, and business continuity. If you take all these parameters and you see that even if you have to spend a little bit more on a 5-year TCO versus a capex investment with the CFO and try to convince him, that makes a proper use case to go on a cloud. That's how I would summarize.
Yeah. That's right, Smitish. Actually, I want to add one point here. So during the earlier part of the pandemic last year, what happened? So one of the bigger banks in India, so they faced this challenge. So all their agents were home across India, and they on one fine day they didn't know how to approach this problem and how to enable them, because VPN was not an action, was not a good alternative for them to be able to connect all the agents from their home who really did not have a good internet connection or even a laptop for that matter, or so all they had was probably a mobile phone and things like that. So we were able to help them in a way that we were able to what Smitesh was saying, it took probably not a 3 days or something like that, probably a week to 10 days to analyze their situation, and then step by step moving group by group on onto a cloud base. So probably a 10 to 15 days by end of that, so we were able to onboard almost 85 to 90% of their clients, their agents, using their mobile phones to be able to connect, or so they were able to do everything they could do from office without sacrificing the security. How? Because they were able to monitor every single action, what is going on, so, and they were able to make sure what was their downtime, their productivity, and what exactly they were doing, and they were able to most importantly direct and dictate what is that agent is going to be able to access from home. So that takes care of a lot of worries away. If you could restrict what information they can access, right, then that takes away a lot of your concern about the security, perceived security, and other aspects. So that way we are able to help one of the bigger banks in India. So I thought I would just throw that one out here. So because bank, you would think most secured and everything, but but they were also open up for this idea, because the situation was that how do we survive the situation what we are all put into. So even now they are happy, even when they are having option to go back to their old on-premises, they don't even want to think about it, because they see the better value and the other advantages. And like Smitesh explained, so they could add extra layer of security to convince themselves and to their stakeholders to stick to the same platform. So yeah, so we have examples all around, if we dig enough. So